Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and today we're going to do a little preview review of next week's premiere of Jim Carrey's new show on Showtime. It's called Kidding, and so there will be some minor spoilers in this. I'm not going to spoil anything because it hasn't even come out yet. So it's just going to give you like whether or not it's worth checking out. But also I want to do an update here. So I wasn't going to do any videos today because I'm still pretty sick. I am right now on multiple medications trying to kick this head cold that's been killing me. So I was going to be doing like Ozark and Jack Ryan all this weekend between today and tomorrow, but I'm just not up to it. So I'm going to do like season reviews on those. I should have probably Ozark up probably by tomorrow night and Jack Ryan up sometime this week. So, but I saw the opportunity to watch this pilot episode of this show and decided to watch it and make a video recommendation and review for it. The first episode's called Green Means Go. And like I said, there are some minor spoilers. Now, first off, big deal here. Jesus, I didn't know anything about this show. I had no idea. I just saw a picture and it had Jim Carrey looking like this, and it said Kidding. And I'm like, at first I wasn't sure it was Jim Carrey. And then I was like, well, is it a show? Is it some sort of documentary? What is this? And then so I looked up the trailer, and if you've seen the trailer, I started getting like, I don't know. I was getting real nervous because Mr. Rogers has been gone for a little while. And the documentaries, there's the one that just came out, and then there was another one pretty recently. And so when I heard that this was about a television, kid show host in the vein of Mr. Rogers, and I saw Jim Carrey, and I'm like, it's on Showtime. I'm like, oh God. Because I love Jim Carrey. I like him a lot. I don't like everything he's done, but I like Jim Carrey. Ever since way back and In Living Color. But I was just a little hesitant because Mr. Rogers is, like such a institution. And he's such a great guy. He was such a great guy. And I kind of felt like, what are they going to do? That, like, would Mr. Rogers like this show? And it's like, I kind of got to say that he would probably like this show, but he'd be like, but did you have to be like that? Kind of like conditionally. Because this is a adult R-rated show, R-rated type show, TV, MA or whatever. I think that the message is on point, but the adult themes, the adult world, the real world that we live in, the contrast of like the show that Mr. Rogers would do, is so innocent and so pure. And so this kind of like, exposes the real world. Like, see, Fred Rogers' life was not like this kind of situation. This character, Jeff, who plays Mr. Pickles on this show that he does, he sounds and acts kind of like a Mr. Rogers, like he wants life to be a certain way. You can tell that he cares about children, all this stuff, but like the real world kind of is always kind of getting thrown in his face, the way people are, and in this, he has suffered a loss. He lost a child, and he, people don't want to talk to him, are told not to talk to him about it. And you can tell that this is like something that's building inside of him. That's growing. They're not dealing with it. They're not talking about it. People, he's a kids show host. He can't be, he has to always maintain a certain thing. But you know, on the outside, in the real world, outside of the show, you know, his family, he's estranged from his family. His other son, you know, is acting out. His wife is moving on. You know, everything is changing, and you know, this isn't like an old story. This has been told before. Of, you know, like what happens during the death of a child. You know, a lot of times families fall apart. But it's also about how this guy's he wants to do a show about death on his show. But they don't, you know, like his producer doesn't want to, you know, change the brand. He doesn't want, you know, like the reason that this show works for all these years, because this guy's been, you know, doing it for like 30 years, is because you know, it doesn't change. And I think a lot of this is going to deal with, you know, very simple things, but just, you know, like eventually he's going to have to start dealing with his child's death in a way that's healthy. But you can tell throughout the series that he's going to kind of have like a lot of mental collapse in this. So that's really all I'm going to say about it. It's good. It's really good. It's kind of weird seeing Jim Carrey look like this. I don't know. The hairdos are kind of weird. Michelle, I'm not going to say it like they do on other shows. Michelle Gondry, the guy who made Eternal Sunshine, did this. Eternal Sunshine is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. So this world that he's living in, there's a lot of imagination to it. It's really well written. You got Catherine Keener, you got Frank Langella, you got Judy Greer, you got Justin Kirk, who's only in this like as a credit, really. But this is the start of something good and something interesting that I didn't expect to see on Showtime. It is adult. The trailer is very deceiving. It does not show you any kind of real like adult stuff in it. I kept going, wow, this is looking really tame, but it's not. The show is not like a PG show. It's not. Yeah. The trailer does not do this show justice as what its real content is like. But it's not like, you know, like watching, you know, thinking you're gonna watch Pee-wee's Playhouse and you get Game of Thrones. You know, it's not like that. But it is an adult-themed show, so prepare yourself for that. There isn't a lot of swearing, but it's just like the real world, you know, like the contrast between his show and real life, and how people are, and how he would like people to be, that kind of thing. So prepare yourself for a mature show, but with a real heart to it. Jim Carrey is fantastic so far. And that's really all I got to say about this. I do highly recommend, if you can figure out a way to watch this. I watched it on the Showtime app. They had it for free. You just have to like put in like your email address and like a date of birth and stuff, and you can watch it there. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully, now that I've seen the first episode, it'll be kind of hard to stop watching when it premieres next week. But that means I got 2 weeks before the second episode. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, and I'm still sick, so I'm a little out of it. So doing this video is taking a lot out of me right now. But anyway, this is Rob at Smirking Game Review saying, hope you like this video. Thanks for checking it out, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.